Open sesame. All right, it's your boy Chosen, man. Like, subscribe, enjoy the reaction. If not, fair enough, you are trash. Okay, let's get to it.
It's 1985 in Birmingham, and the police officers slapped a fine notice onto an illegally parked car outside the cafe. When officers tried to arrest the man, he fled inside the cafe, where other people in the cafe started to protect the man and throw objects at the policeman. The violence started getting madder throughout the night, eventually turning into looting and even firebombs, which even resulted in two brothers who owned the local post office being burnt to death. This took place in the Handsworth district of Birmingham, where unemployment was rife, and the large majority of the population was
Damn, nigga, that's a strong escalation. Like, yeah, they gave a ticket on a parked car, and the police got into it. And it was like, okay, cool, like I get it, protecting, bro. And then it was like, we burn niggas alive. Wow, that was a strong left. Like, that was like a strong backstory. Like, that sounded like Batman's backstory. He went to the movies with his family, and then boom, went to an alley, parents dead. Like, damn. Like, God, ain't no pit stop, just left. That's tough, man. Let's continue.
Either Caribbean or Asian. This riot breeded a Caribbean gang in the district, which was eventually used to protect each other against the highly racist police and white supremacists. The gang were called Inch High, and they started to become quite notorious after two members were charged for the double murder of the two brothers who were burnt alive in their post office. So as I said before, Inch High was starting to become more notorious after two members were charged for the double murder. Members from Inch High started hanging outside a Caribbean restaurant in Birmingham called Johnson's Caribbean Takeaway. They started to call themselves the Johnson Crew, or Johnnies for short. This was in the 90s when the crack and heroin market started booming in Birmingham, and the Johnnies wanted a piece of it. So started running up the drugs market and controlling security at some nightclubs where their drugs would be served, using violent tactics.
Johnson. I love how like crack was just worldwide. Like, like yeah, even in Birmingham, like even in the UK, like that's wild. Like crack was wild in America, and then crack got stupid wild in Birmingham. Like it just 80s. Like crack was just on fire. Like crack was on like a Michael Jordan run. Like I don't even know. Like I don't even know. Like worldwide on run. Like that's crazy.
To take over Jamaican yardies who once ran the drugs in the city. But in 1992, tensions between members of the Johnnies were starting to mount after a member called Super D was charged for murdering another member over a female. This caused half of the Johnson crew to break off from the gang and form their own gang up the road. The locals started to call the break-off gang the Burger Boy.
It's always over a female, bro. Always over a female, bro. Throughout history, like kingdoms, everybody's seen Troy. Like kingdoms have gotten arguments over a female. Over a female. Never, ladies and gentlemen, men never fight over a female. And if a female even enjoys you, like you guys fighting, you and another male fighting, she's not for you. She is toxic. She is sick. Don't all disrespect starts from a female, bro. That is just not yours. She is not yours, bro. She cheats on you. She is not yours, bro. Be mad at the female. Don't be mad at the dude, bro. It is not your female, bro. It is not yours, bro. That girl is not yours. She just told you, whoever smashed the girl you talked to or whatever, he just proved to you that she's not for you. She's not a cuffing girl. That's all it is, bro. Like, oh my gosh, bro. Like, he murdered somebody, murdered another member because of a girl, bro. And that caused the whole gang to split because of a girl. And probably because of, it's kind of tough, though, because, it's tough, though. I think the only time you can be mad at a dude for smashing your girl is if, like, it's your guy. But then in this case, that might be his guy. But, I mean, also, he just might be in the gang. So, like it's not really his man's, you know what I mean? Like, they cool. You know what I mean? But it's not like his man is close. So, but it's always over a female, bro. Damn. Caused the whole gang to break up and probably have a whole gang war because of a female. It all came from a female. And pussy probably wasn't even that good. The pussy wasn't even that good. Actually, it was probably dry as hell. Actually, it wasn't even good. And it probably was trash. Or was it fire because it made a nigga kill somebody? So I feel like for this argument that I've been saying, I gotta say it's trash. But it might have been fire because it made a nigga kill somebody. Because the craziest bitches got the best pussy. That's for sure. The craziest girls got the best pussy. That's a fact. That's a fact. I don't know why though. I don't know why. Craziest girls get the best pussy. But you should be worth it. The bottom line is, bro, never beef over a female, bro. And it's hilarious. It's not hilarious, but it's a sad irony that there's always usually a girl that comes between men and cause these like big arguments, even throughout history of war. Like, it's interesting, bro. Over a female, bro. People lost all these lives over a female. What year did he say though? I know he said 1992 when this happened, but let me go back because he was speaking so fast. I was like, damn.
It's 1985 in Birmingham, and the police officer.
Oh, 1985. So sorry, 1985. And then we had 1992. Over some pussy.
1992, tensions between members of the Johnnies were starting to mount after a member called Super D was charged for murdering another member over a female. This caused half of the Johnson crew to break off from the gang and form their own gang up the road. The locals started to call the break-off gang the Burger Boys, because they would rob stores and go back to the Burger Bar Cafe on Soho Road in Handsworth, Birmingham, which was not too far from the Johnson's Caribbean Takeaway, where the original Johnson's members were chill. There were also more tensions due to a number of other reasons, but the problem was the gangs didn't have a specific area where they were from. They just had takeaway spots they chilled at, and more time the opposing gangs would be living right next to each other in the same area, with the majority of them all growing up together and attending the same schools. Then eventually both sides started picking areas which made more sense for them to wreck, mainly just because that's where the majority of the members lived. So the Johnny's crew started claiming two areas called Los Hills and Aston, while Burger Bar members started claiming two areas called Handsworth and Winson Green, leaving some members who couldn't move house to switch gang depending on the area sometimes. By 1994 the beef was in full swing, and members from both sides started tit-for-tat shootings. The same year in April, a group of Johnson members.
See, that's always wild to me. Like even in LA, like especially in LA, like I'm from Long Beach, California. LA is like super gang culture even really started. Crips and Bloods and all that. Like it's always wild. Like niggas we go to the same school with each other. Like since childhood. Like been knowing niggas since childhood, and it's like yeah, f that dude now. Like bro, like I've known him my entire life. And it's like, bro, you just go across, nigga, you turn right, it's a whole different hood. Like you damn, nigga, like you literally have to stay on your one block. Like nigga, you are like you in basically prison because if you go outside of that one block, nigga, you gonna have a problem. So it's kind of crazy. Like it's so wild. Like you just turn the corner, like damn, yep, wrong neighborhood. Damn, yep, went too far. Yeah, nigga went too far. Yep, and at this point, Johnny knew he definitely went too far. Hey, bro, where you at? Oh, that is not our hood no more. Yeah, nigga, what you nigga took one step over in another hood, nigga, another step back in the hood. Like, what? Stuff is crazy, bro. Let's continue, though. And I'm glad that they did say there's other reasons why they was beefing, other than the female, but that's just so crazy. That's where it originated from, like, over a girl. And it's like,
made their way to a party in Newtown and
look, not even over money, over some pussy. That's what makes it sick. Not even over the money. Like, at least she's like, yeah, the greed got the best of like, nigga, some pussy got you? Bro, what? Now you in jail with a bunch of niggas. And neither he did, and you definitely not getting no more pussy. And she about to go get piped out by somebody else, probably from the gang. She probably gonna get piped out by another nigga in the gang. Like, and you can't kill him. Why? Because you in jail for the rest of your life. So that's so tough, bro. You over there beating the goofy out your dick. She over there getting piped out by another nigga. That's sick, bro. That's super sick. That's sick, bro. That nigga sick, bro. Oh, he had to be devastated. That's a bad day. Some reasons never fight over pussy, though. No matter how fire it is. It might be fired. Never fight over pussy.
Door to the party. A man called Keith Copeland opened the door, and immediately Johnson members shot him in the head with a shotgun. A Johnson's member named Ringo was originally charged for the murder, but was eventually found innocent due to a lack of witnesses and evidence. So the war was starting to heat up in the area. It was
I'm sorry. I was going on a tirade about pussy.
Areas which made more sense for them to wreck.
That nigga said he opened the door and shot.
The majority of the members lived. So the Johnny's crew started claiming two areas called Los Hills and Aston, while Burger Bar members started claiming two areas called Handsworth and Winson Green, leaving some members who couldn't move house to switch gang depending on the area sometimes. By 1994, the beef was in full swing, and members from both sides started tit-for-tat shootings. The same year in April, a group of Johnson members made their way to a party in Newtown and knocked on the door to the party. A man called Keith Copeland opened the door, and immediately Johnson members shot him in the head with a shotgun. A Johnson's member named Ringo was originally charged for the murder, but was eventually found innocent.
Bro, wait, hold on. I know I'm not hearing what I think I'm hearing. There's no way I'm hearing what I think I'm hearing.
To switch gang depending on the area sometimes. By 1994, the beef was in full swing, and members from both sides started tit-for-tat shootings. The same year in April, a group of Johnson members made their way to a party in Newtown and knocked on the door to the party. A man called Keith Copeland opened the door, and immediately Johnson members shot him in the head with a shotgun. A Johnson's member named Ringo was originally charged for the murder, but was eventually found innocent due to a lack of witnesses and evidence.
So they went to the door. So the Johnsons went to the party. knocked on the door. Bro opened the door to a shotgun to the head. That's crazy. That's actually wild. Like, damn. Like, that's crazy. Nigga didn't even get to, like, that nigga didn't even get to, like, God damn. He just immediately basically saw God. Like, damn, man. It was, like, no hesitation of, like talking to God and nigga to sit back. You know what I mean? Like, in a weird space. No, that nigga immediately woke up, saw God as soon as he opened that door. That's kind of sick, bro. Damn. Like, a shotgun to the head, bro? Like, you, come on, bro. That's wild.
So the war was starting to heat up in the area, but it was just going to get more hotter. In between Handsworth and Aston, which are two opposing areas in this feud, there was another estate called Newtown, which for the most part stayed neutral throughout the war. But this all changed when kids from the Newtown estate and members from the Johnsons were playing football in a park in Newtown. Burger Boy saw this and shot into the crowd of boys playing football, which resulted in Newtown siding with the Johnsons. And Newtown weren't here to play with the Burger Bar crew. A Burger Bar member called Ruben was chasing a Newtown member down the street when two Newtown members aged 13 and 15 then clocked onto this. They ran at Ruben and stabbed him over 20 times. The 13-year-old boy served 7 years for the murder and was eventually released. But he hadn't even been out for a year yet when him and 5 other Johnson members ran into a nightclub and shot a bouncer after he attempted to stop them, which the 13-year-old was eventually sentenced to 30 years in prison for. The Johnsons also shot another member of the
Nah, nigga. That's. I know that nigga lawyer was sick. The nigga stabbed, he was part of stabbing the nigga 20 times. Got off. Got 7 years. 7 years is light. Probably because he's young. They're like, yo, he still got hope. The lawyer was like, okay, bro, go serve 7 years. Probably a juvie, you know what I mean? We gotta go to prison probably for the last 2 years, maybe. But it's cool. You'll be out when you're 20, you know what I mean? You still gotta change. You still got hope, you know what I mean? And in a year, this nigga killed up. I know the judge was sick. The lawyer was devastated. Like, nigga, you couldn't make it a year without doing some dumb shit? At least do like something petty, like yeah, I robbed a nigga. Like he just went to the left and just immediately went and killed somebody else. Like damn, nigga, you don't got a cool down time. Like hell, nigga, hey, I thought niggas when they get out, they just want some pussy first or go get some money, go hustle. Like they just went, let's go kill a nigga. Like that's what you say when you fresh out. Like I'd have been like, hey, bro, like. As your homie say something, you just gotta scoop to the right. Like, hey, yeah, you good, bro? Like, you don't want no pussy. Like I could, like we could go fund you some money. You just want to go kill it. That's like you do know you will immediately go. I'm tripping, bro. That's hey. If I'm tripping, bro, that's wild. Like, bro, within a year you kill somebody else. Like, damn, bro. Like, that's wild.
Burger Bar crew called Bubbler when members surrounded his car and shot him in the head point blank range, killing him. By 1998, the two
Yeah, hold
gangs
on.
had
I'm like reacting so much that I'm missing some stuff. I'm sorry, y'all. This is crazy.
Burger Bar crew. A Burger Bar member called Ruben was chasing a Newtown member down the street when two Newtown members aged 13 and 15 then clocked onto this. They ran at Ruben and stabbed him over 20 times. The 13-year-old boy served 7 years for the murder and was eventually released. But he hadn't even been out for a year yet when him and 5 other Johnson members ran into a nightclub and shot a bouncer after he attempted to stop them, which the 13-year-old was eventually sentenced to 30 years in prison for. The Johnsons also shot another member of the Burger Bar crew called Bubbler when members surrounded his car and shot him in the head point blank range, killing him. By 1998, the two gangs had single-handedly rose the gun crime rate in Birmingham by 500%, making Birmingham the gun crime capital of the UK.
Which is wild because I know the UK is more of a knife. From the UK drill rappers that I watched recently, like it's more of a knife town. They were opposed to guns. So this is actually very wild. And like I said, the kid did 30 years. Like just threw your life away. Like you got out in 7, you still had like hope, and then you just went to 30. Like come on, my nigga. Like I don't know. Like my homie that went to jail, like he was like, bro, it's the gayest time ever. So I like the fact that within a year you went to go get some like. Nigga, at least go get some pussy. Like, go enjoy some pussy. Like, that's crazy. Let's continue.
At one point, on a good day, there will be 1 shooting. On a bad day, there will be around 6, which is crazy for a country where guns are illegal. The Burger Boys retaliated for their member Bubbler being shot in the head. Burger members ran into a job.
That nigga said, on average, on a great day, okay? Like, on a great day, on a great day, or max, right? Like on a great day, I'm talking holiday, I'm talking like Christmas, I'm talking Thanksgiving. You only get like one shooting. On a bad day, you get like six. They got damn, like damn, ain't nobody even was like, yeah, bro, like I can't have an off day. Nobody, like there's no holidays. Damn, it's a tough job being a gang member, man. No off days, no holidays. That's tough. Man. That's a bad job. Man. Then you start a union. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Johnson member's apartment called Menace and literally grabbed him and threw him out the window of his 10th floor apartment. A Burger Bar member was heard bragging about it and was arrested, but charges were dropped due to no evidence. But the Burger Boys really wanted to show the Johnsons they mean business and ended 1999 with one of the most gruesome murders in this beef. It was New Year's Eve and a Johnsons member called
Told y'all. Them holidays, niggas don't believe in the off days.
Corey went into a party at Winston Green, which is the territory of his ops, which are the Burger Bar crew. But
bro, people be thinking they Hercules, bro. Like, you knew you was in your ops territory and you went to a party to get, obviously, he probably was drinking, probably wasn't sober. Like, you willingly did that. Like, that just, like, come on, bro. Like, I'm not saying he deserved whatever happened to bro, but that's just not smart. You know what I mean? Like, I'm confused why this nigga was confused. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a hood dude. I'm not a street dude, but it don't take rocket science. You know what I mean? Like, I'm black. I'm not gonna go to a KKK party. Like, nigga, what? Are you dumb? Like, everybody, look at this dumb nigga. It's, and everybody's gonna be like, yo, I can't believe they did that to him, bro. Like, wow, like that's like, no, my dumb ass should have went to a KKK party. I'm gonna go to a KKK family reunion and be like, hi. Like, are you stupid? Are you dumb, nigga? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Like, I should never like show him the dead, but come on, man.
found no one. But next day there was another party in Handsworth, which is again part of the Burger Bar's territory. Corey entered the party armed with a bulletproof vest and a shotgun, like he's about to enter a war zone map. At the party, he bucked into some Burger Bar members who told him to come outside. The Burger Bar members waited for him outside the alley packed with guns, and Corey walked outside towards them and shot his shotgun for the first shot, shooting one member in the hip. Burger Bar members then massacred Corey in a rain of bullets, literally surrounding him, shooting him over 70 times altogether. Eventually, after he was shot so many times, a member even grabbed his own shotgun and began to start shooting Corey with it after he was dead.
Yo, this nigga went back for twice. This nigga went back twice. He went to it. So the first part doesn't happen. He came back the second time. Oh, you a hard headed motherfucker. Oh yeah. Oh, you a hard headed motherfucker. Yeah, you one of them. You one of them hard headed niggas. Yeah, you one of them. You see some shit and you like, nah. Like I said, 2 plus 2 equals 4. Nah, it's 5. Yeah. Yeah, when his parents tried to give him vegetables, yeah, he went to sleep. Yeah, that nigga stood there with his parents, didn't eat all night. They were like, eat that spinach or you ain't going to bed. He was like, we can do it, baby. Yeah, he was one of them. Nigga went back twice. So he was on this nigga he been watching James Bond. That nigga thought he was the black James Bond for real. That nigga thought he was Rambo. Nigga went in a bulletproof vest, like, yeah, one man army. I'm telling you, bro, he thought he was Superman. Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's wild. And then he got what he was looking for. Yeah. Yeah, in the movies, the villains don't miss, nigga. Like in the movies, the villains miss. In real life, they don't really miss. You know what I mean? Nigga was 70 times and then shot. He shot first, shot somebody in the head, I believe. So he hit somebody, and then they just like, all right, let's go left.
One of the men suspected of this murder was a Burger Bar member called Micah, who was actually shot himself a couple months after the murder of Corey. The police were working hard to try and get someone convicted for the massacre of Corey, because these murders and shootings were becoming more and more common, and no one was getting booked for them. Birmingham was starting to look like the Wild West. Police started begging witnesses to come through about the murder, and seeing that there was about 200 people at the party, police thought there would be enough witnesses for some people to try and go and testify against them. But the police underestimated the hold these two gangs had on the local population. Civilians were terrified of the two gangs.
I mean, obviously that's like kind of what it is. Like throughout history, we've seen that people don't like cooperating, especially because it's like we live in this neighborhood. Like we probably know them. Like our family is gonna have to be around them, or we would have to move. And who has the funds to move out this hood? You know what I'm saying? Because if you have kids, say you snitch, and like your mom's gonna be struggling. You know what I mean? Like your kids, like. So it's tough. And like I said, if they telling the story right, like he shot first. So it's like he came over looking for trouble. So it's not like they just massacred bro for no apparent reason. It's like, yeah, no, don't go shoot somebody and they won't shoot you over 70 times. Yeah, no, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not like they just killed usually it's just like massive outcry like if there's a gang shooting and then like a little kid gets shot and it's like yeah come on y'all gotta help us out but it's like yeah no that idiot went over here he came shooting over at us shot at them my fault and they just killed him he shot first so it's like let's continue.
And snitching was one of the worst things you could get caught doing. Only one witness actually ended up testifying eventually, but all she said was that she saw one member with a gun earlier, but this wasn't enough to prosecute anyone. And again, there was another unsolved murder in the area. Then the 2000s hit, and younger factions of both gangs started to emerge from the estates, and the burger bar name was starting to fade away, and most of the youngers from the area started claiming a new name called RMD, or BT1 Bangers. Same thing with the Johnson's crew. Youngers from the area started to roll around naming themselves Slash instead, which breeded a new generation of this war, RMD and BT1 Bangers versus Slash. But for the purpose of the video and to make it easier to understand the division, I'm gonna keep the name to Johnson's and Burger Bar crew when referring to the two separate sides, because if not it can get quite confusing. And it didn't take long for the younger generation to follow suit of their elders. It was March 6th, 2000 outside the club in Birmingham called Fozzie's, and for once it seemed like a peaceful night. It hit the club.
This is wild, bro.
People started leaving the club. One of these people being a young father called Christopher Clark. He was known to and people started leaving the club. One of these people being a young father called Christopher Clark. He was known to chill with a few people associated with the Johnson crew. Around 10 younger members from the Burger Bar crew spotted Christopher and started bottling him. But then one member brought out a shank, which stabbed him twice in the chest, which reached through his heart and killed him. And then the killers ran away from the scene. Christopher was known to hate the Johnsons, especially because they used to bother his girlfriend. 4 out of the 10 members were eventually caught. One of these including the Burger Bar member called 13, who was named after his prison cell number. A Johnson's crew member actually managed to shoot 13 in the leg for revenge, but he survived. 2 days after this shooting, 13 and 3 other members were arrested and charged for
hang on. I gotta play
and
that.
for once, it seemed like a peaceful night. It hit the club 6 AM closing time, and people started leaving the club. One of these people being
Damn, 6 a.m. You still partying at 6 a.m. Damn. Okay, go home, nigga.
a young father called Christopher Clark. He was known to chill with a few people associated with the Johnson crew. Around 10 younger members from the Burger Bar crew spotted Christopher and started bottling him, but then one member brought out a shank, which stabbed him twice in the chest, which reached through his heart and killed him, and then the killers ran away from the scene. Christopher was known to hate the Johnsons, especially because they used to bother his girlfriend. 4 out of the 10 members were eventually
Man, that nigga guilty by association died, and he don't even like the Johnsons. That's tough. That's a bad day. My dad always told me, man, watch who you hang around with, man. No kissing, because people are gonna see you with who you see you with. So it's like you guilty by association.
cool. One of these including the Burger Bar member called 13, who was named after his prison cell number. A Johnson's crew member actually managed to shoot 13 in the leg for revenge, but he survived. 2 days after this shooting, 13 and 3 other members were arrested and charged for the murder. But all murder charges were eventually dropped and were lessened to a charge of violent disorder because the judges couldn't figure out who actually stabbed Christopher. See, this was about 12 years before joint enterprise was introduced, which is the law now where essentially you could be convicted for a crime your friend done if you have some type of involvement or role to play in it. For example, if you're beating somebody up and your friend ends up stabbing and killing them, you'll both be done for murder. So before this was introduced, it was hard for joint murders to be pinned on anyone. But the beef started heating up.
That's actually interesting. That's actually hella interesting. Because in America, like, if you rob someplace, and even if your homie kills him, like you rob somebody and you robbing a convenience store and you rob him, and say your friend pulls the trigger, you both are convicted for murder because you're both going down for murder because the murder would have never happened if you guys had never started the first crime, which is robbery. So that's actually interesting that the UK was so slow with that.
After Burger Bar's boss, a man nicknamed Nozzo, was shot while he parked up in his car on Johnson's crew territory. Nozzo was then said to have planned a retaliation hit. A man linked to the
what is with these niggas thinking they Superman? Like, I just keep getting confused. Who the hell thought it was a good idea? Like, yeah, I'm gonna go to my ops territory. Like, I'm gonna willingly go to my ops territory. Like, you're not gonna send nobody else to go to the territory to go. Like, man, if the food can't. I ain't gonna lie. As a person that be from the city of LA, Long Beach, I ain't gonna lie. The best food is in other places. But like, get in, get out. Like, have somebody else who get the food that's less known. Like, don't you go get the food? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just confused. Like, I'm confused. All these niggas keep going. Like, it's not like they catch them in their own territory. Like, they end up in the ops territory. And it's like, bro, why are you willing? Like, who do you think you are? Like, that is not a good idea, nigga. Like, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna go to a KKK fried chicken spot. Like, are you stupid? Like, are you dumb? Like, hey, they got some fire fried chicken over there. No, fuck, how good they burgers are. They got a KKK burger spot. Like, no, I'm not going there. Are you dumb?
Role to play in it. For example, if you're beating somebody up and your friend ends up stabbing and killing them, you'll both be done for murder. So before this was introduced, it was hard for joint murders to be pinned on anyone. But the beef really started heating up after Burger Bar's boss, a man nicknamed Nozza, was shot while he parked up in his car on Johnson's crew territory. Nozza was then said to have planned a retaliation hit. A man linked to the Johnson's crew called Ashkai had just came out of prison and was back on the streets. He was posted up in his BMW on a nice sunny day when the Vauxhall car pulled up beside him. Inside the Vauxhall were two men with semi-automatic handguns, and more than 20 shots were fired at him, killing him in broad day on a residential street. Now the police wanted to catch the killers badly, but there was no evidence. The only evidence they had was a strand of Nozza's hair found inside the Vauxhall car. The police found that enough to be evidence to put Nozza down for the murder, but eventually, years later, Nozza got his appeal and was released under insufficient evidence. He wasn't out for long though, after being found guilty of running the national gun smuggling ring, and was given a life sentence for the second time in his life. Now let's fast forward to 5 months time. Remember 13, one of the members who was sentenced for his—
Damn, nigga, that nigga was 16 years? I'm thinking. With two innocent girls, Godfather who sold machine guns to other gangsters in the city where two innocent girls were cut down and was locked up for 16 years. Oh, yeah, he was done. He was done. But yeah, especially for broad daylight, like I said, they're gonna get you, bro. Like, if you ever watch like any type of crime documentary, like if you do anything to cause public outcry or you're messing up the establishment, aka you're killing somebody outside of hood in residential areas with places that are supposed to be safe, now you're pushing boundaries and now they're gonna try to get you locked up. Even if he appealed, they were gonna get him locked up regardless. Like it's which they're just like, yeah, bro, get him out. Yeah, we gotta make an example out of him somehow, somewhere. Yeah, no facts. Let's continue.
Now let's fast forward to 5 months time. Remember 13, one of the members who was sentenced for his part of the murder of Christopher Clark. He had just been paroled from prison after serving 2.5 years and moved to a nearby town called West Bromwich, and was trying to turn his life around and leave the gang life behind him. But as we know, the gang life doesn't work like that. When you're in, you're locked in for life. So 13, thinking he's starting a new life in the new town, started to hand out leaflets for a new promotional company he was trying to run. One of these leaflets going to two girls who had boyfriends of affiliates of the Johnson's crew. Real quick, one of the girls called their boyfriends and gave the drop on 13, and two members pulled up to the drop in a stolen BMW and fired 9 shots into 13, leaving him dead on the scene, which left both of the girls who set him up and the boys who killed him with life sentences. Then New Year's hit, and the Johnsons were throwing a New Year's party. The party's—
Man, nigga, life, bro. Nigga, life. Hey, damn, like life, bro. Life, bro. Life. There's witnesses for that one. Life, bro. So tough. But I mean, that's the cycle of hate, cycle of life. And he like actually killed somebody. Like he was part of the group that killed somebody. The legend that he was the one that stabbed the old boy with the kids. That was an affiliate. You know what I'm saying? Like you are a target. Like I feel like you gotta move farther. Like I don't know if they thought there was a town that over would be safe. Like hey yo, like I think you got niggas drove 10 miles and was like I think I'm good, nigga. I need you to at least move a state, brother. Like, tell you like, hey, yo, catch a train, catch some state of motel. I need you to just, move farther than 10 miles. Like, they'll never know. They'll never know my history. Like, is that 6+7? You look very familiar, nigga. I know, man. What's 9+4, dude? 13. 13! We got him! Yeah, like, bro, you gotta move farther, bro. RIP to dude, you know what I mean? But come on, man. Come on, man. I'm confused while you confused. Okay? Like, I can't believe my past caught up to me. Nigga, your past is only 10 miles away. Like, what the fuck?
started at a nightclub where Johnson's members were said to be mocking 13's death, which was somehow relayed onto Burger Bar members. The after party was in a cramped hair salon, which had over 150 people partying in there. Burger Bar got the drop quick and rid there in a red Mondeo with a Mac 10 and a couple handguns. While a group of Johnson members were outside with a bunch of girls, Burger Bar set fire onto the crowd, leaving 47 rounds on the scene. 6 people were shot, including 4 females and 2 males. One member even hopping out the car to get closer to shoot at certain individuals. 2 of these female shots included 2 cousins, Charlene Ellis and Leticia Charlene's. A man called Nathan was the brother of Charlene, and he rang up his half-brother immediately called Marcus after the shooting, because Marcus was a member of the Burger Bars. Once Nathan told Marcus about the shooting, Marcus simply asked if they were dead. Nathan then checked and confirmed while crying that they're both dead. Marcus put down the phone and went on the run, realizing he had just took part of the murder of his own half-sister. 5 members were found guilty for the double murder, with one member nicknamed Dredd eventually acquitted for the trial. But a couple days after Dredd was bailed, he was shot 9 times in his head, back and neck by Johnson members but survived. Dredd was actually on another 2 murder charges after this, but both also got dropped, before he was eventually convicted and sentenced for his 4th murder charge in 2015 in an internal situation. So at this point there were countless.
Damn, nigga, that's a bad day, nigga. You beat all the murder charges just to get caught on some internal bull, and then oh boy participated in killing his own family member. That's actually tough. That's actually tough. And as a person, like I said, I grew up in a city like this. Like I completely understand. A lot of people are like, yo, why would you even go party? Why would you even go do this? Yo, I ain't gonna lie, like it is very like as a kid, like you just don't think about it, like because like you just want to have fun. But when I look back, it's kind of wild that the potential for a shooting happening at a party was always there. And it's kind of like, you know, it's a shooting, like it's whatever. So it's kind of wild. Like, I know, like outside looking in, it's like, yo, why would you even go to a party if you know that's like a potential? But it's like, it kind of like you just want fun. So when you a kid, like I say, you think you invincible.
There's tit for tat shootings and murders.
And it's normal to you, though, like for that to be like, it's only like a 20, 30, 40% chance that'll happen. It'd be like,
which I could talk about for hours. But let's fast forward to 2004, when the Johnson's crew started to hit the booth under their new name Slash. These were in the Channel U days, which was a channel back in the day that used to broadcast all the new UK rap and grime tunes. It was pretty much the Link Up TV and GRM Daily before YouTube came out. And Slash started to get some serious traction on the channel, even collabing with the American group Dipset, which is something impressive to do back then to get recognition and even jump on a track with an American. The group started to rise some controversy as well though, when the member was shot dead in the middle of a music video for a track called Hardball after an internal dispute. And after Burger Bar members started making diss tracks back to the Slash crew, it was starting to become clear from the outside that Slash wasn't any normal music group. While this was all happening, there was more issues brewing up in the town. A 14-year-old black...
That's wild, bro. See, it's like gang and they getting fights with like a fellow member killed another member. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, at a music video, like he killed, supposed to be family, supposed to be brotherhood. Like, that's what was built up. That's wild, man. It's sad, man.
Black girl was caught stealing in the Asian hair shop and was supposedly dragged to the back of the shop and sexually assaulted by several Asian men. This took place in Newtown, which was an area affiliated with the Johnsons. So they rioted, burnt down and smashed up Asian shops around the town. This caused massive brawls between black and Asian people, resulting in one black guy called Isaiah Young Sam being stabbed to death by several Asians. In one day of rioting, there was one murder. Town. A 14-year-old black girl was caught stealing in the Asian hair shop and was supposedly dragged to the back of the shop and sexually assaulted by several Asian men. This took place in Newtown, which was an area affiliated with the Johnsons. So they rioted, burnt down and smashed up Asian shops around the town, which caused massive brawls between black and...
Hey man, you gotta go to war on that. Like, bro, what? Bro said she was caught stealing, and obviously she probably didn't steal nothing that was over like $100. It was a convenience store. She probably stole some chips or something. And I'm not saying stealing is right, bro. To drag her in the back and a 14-year-old girl deserves to be raped by 7 different men. And we don't even know if she really stole it. Fucking crazy, bro. Hey, like I said, I don't agree with a lot of the killers that Johnson's did, but come on, man. It was time. That reminds me of what happened in the 90s. A 13-year-old girl was shot in the head over some orange juice. Because the lady thought she was stealing it. Like I said, the lady thought she was stealing, but she left the money on the counter. And she was walking out with it. And the lady took out a gun and shot her in the head. Come on, man. She was fighting with her. And then she was fighting with her. The girl's like, what? Like, I put the money on. The money's on the counter. She's fighting with her. But like, you can't leave. And the girl leaves. The girl's leaving. And she shot her in the back of the head. Killed her instantly. And guess how much that Asian lady got in time? She got 5 years probation. That's also what added to the riots of Rodney King. It wasn't just Rodney King. That had just happened. That lady only got 5 years. And then the cops got off for beating the goofy out of Rodney King. Come on, man. I'm sorry. I had to do a history lesson. Let's continue.
Asian people, resulting in one black guy called Isaiah Young Sam being stabbed to death by several Asians. In one day of rioting, there was one murder, countless shootings, and 35 people seriously wounded. The riots ended up lasting another 2 days, when Newtown gangs were starting to shoot at Asian gangs in an attempt to get revenge for Isaiah. In one occasion, armed police were searching for a gang that was spotted shooting at a group of Asians. The group ran off while helicopters were searching for them. While running, an 18-year-old called Aaron accidentally pushed over his friend called Dwayne while they were scattering away from police. The fall ended up with Dwayne accidentally discharging his handgun, shooting his friend Aaron in the head, killing him instantly. This ignited a whole different feud in the area between Johnson's gangs, which were predominantly Caribbean, against Asian gangs. But for a bit of time, it was mainly just tensions between the both races and some rare little spouts of violence. Until the 13th of October 2006, when 2 black gang members from Newtown stabbed 2 Asian gang members. This was the same day of a man called Blanks' 20th birthday, who was also a Johnson's affiliated gang member. And without Blanks having any prior knowledge of the previous attack one of his members done in an Asian that day, he was shot in the chest and killed on his birthday. This murder was followed up by countless shootings, with 2 Asian men even being
Like I said, if you're in a gang, bro, whatever your gang do, you part of what your gang do.
shot in the face 3 days later. And later on in the month, a well-known Asian gang leader was shot to death inside his shop when 2 men walked into his shop and shot him twice in the head with a shotgun. Now let's fast forward to one of the biggest moments in UK history in recent years, summer of 2011, when a man called Mark Duggan was shot and killed by police in London. The whole country rioted, and if you was around these times, you would know the whole country was in anarchy, including Birmingham. In one occasion, a group of men lured police towards a pub after firebombing it, and then began shooting at the police once they arrived, which 6 men were sentenced for 12 to 30 year stretches for. And quite a lot of older members got sentences for their roles they played in the riots, which made it quite a weird time once the riots were done, and made the older gangs, which were Johnson and Burger Bar affiliated, more relevant. And around these times, the new generation was starting to grow up, didn't have much ties towards the old feuds that were going on, starting a new feud, with members from the Handsworth, Winston Green and Hockside calling themselves AR or Armed Response, and members from Newtown calling themselves GMG or Get Money Gang. By the mid-2010s, both gangs had brought gun violence back to Birmingham, with over 20 reported shootings between both of them within a fortnight. And not too long after the big spout of shootings, a song dropped on YouTube called M to the N from a member of the AR side called Lynch, referencing real moments like when a 16-year-old got shot in the back at a barbecue. When police found this video, they started investigating Lynch heavily, especially after a bullet was found under his car after a shooting was linked to him. And he looked even more suspicious after him and another member was arrested in September after their car was stopped and searched, and balaclavas.
I'm telling y'all, bro, when I be doing the videos reacting, bro, I know the police be right with me, like, what did he say? Oh, yes. Yes, continue, yeah. Them niggas be eating donuts. They go, yes, what's that shit? Yes, nigga, yes. Yeah, nigga, keep talking. I like this. This is a good song. Nigga. Yeah, he going to jail. He going to 20 to 30, nigga. Oh my god.
Gloves and stab vests were found inside the car. After months of investigating, police managed to link Lynch to 6 shootings and found drugs, ammunition, and a gun stashed in his house, slapping him with a 27-year sentence. Lynch really put drill music on the radar in Birmingham, though.
27 years, nigga, for a song that did 112K. See, that math is not math, bro. Damn, I'm telling you, bro, the police be. Yes, I like him. Yes. I guess he can be at our talent show in prison, boy. Yes, sir. I like this song. That's crazy, bro. I know them niggas. Them niggas be taking notes, bro. Tell you, they got the posted notes, all that.
Because after Lynch was arrested, his rivals GMG started dropping drill tunes laced with disses towards the AR gang, which started to intensify the rivalry and increase the shootings in the area. So police launched, which was at the time the biggest gang injunction in the UK on both of the gangs. This injunction banned 18 members from GMG and AR from Birmingham, despite them living and growing up in the city. And if they were caught in Birmingham, they'd be facing an instant 2-year sentence. This injunction also banned members from making drill music, which they believed to be one of the sources intensifying the beat. And if you look on YouTube, you'll find most songs from both sides are re-uploads because the originals got removed from YouTube as part of the injunction. But this gang injunction wasn't stopping anything on the streets, so the police started getting more hands.
That's actually smart as hell for them to be like, yeah, if we ever see you in 2 years. That's kind of in LA, like they can't group out of a park. But banning them from LA, like that would be like wow, like that's like possible.
hands-on, sending out undercover officers to survey areas of high gang activity. In one occasion, undies were patrolling the block of the AR gang when two members from the AR gang fired 2 shots into the undies car, thinking it was the rival gang GMG lurking on their block. Which makes sense why they thought that, because the beef in the area was as tense as ever. Not too long after this situation, GMG members were out looking for AR members in Winston Green. They were in a Ford Cougar, packed with members
and I accidentally shoot the undercovers. I don't even know. Can you get convicted for that? Because you're saying that you thought they were somebody else. You were in fear of your life, so I responded. But I mean, you are like killing somebody unprovoked, so I guess you gotta go through prison time. It's interesting.
started shooting at a group outside the takeaway they thought were AR members. They didn't end up hitting anyone, so they were out looking for more members when they found an AR member called K Rizzy's Mercedes parked outside his dad's house. So the GMG members let out fire onto his car, hitting K Rizzy's innocent passenger who was sitting inside the car. See, K Rizzy wasn't even in the car at the time. He was inside his dad's house while his friend was sitting outside his. So when he came back and heard the news of his friend getting shot, he lost his head. The next day, K Rizzy and another AR member called Dazar were looking for revenge on GMG's block with a Mac 11. They found father of 4 Skelly outside a set of shops and let fire into him, killing him instantly, and both were eventually sentenced to life for this murder. Then the new wave of drill came to Birmingham, which was mainly led by a gang in Newtown called Nine Boys, who are linked with GMG. One artist which you might have heard of is called Trills. He blew up after getting 3.5 million views on his hit song Birmingham City, and his name was even more hot when in March of this year he was stabbed in the head by AR members. Well, this was actually a revenge attack after 6 schoolboys from Newtown and Aston rid out to Handsworth in a 7-seater car, shooting and stabbing a 15-year-old AR member called K1 while he was talking to his girlfriend outside his house. Currently, 4 youths between 14 to 17 have denied murder, and they will go to trial in October. Now, there's been quite
Stabbed a nigga in the head, yo, that's crazy. I gotta react to this Birmingham City.
a few more situations of deaths which have happened recently, but I'm not going to cover them in this video. But this war has been going on for longer than 25 years and isn't going anywhere. And I'm pretty sure some of the gang members who rep both sides now don't even know about half the people which have died for the same gang they rep. So guys, just think about that next time you find yourself in these situations. It's been your boy Kid Nerd, and peace out.
Damn, bro, cause homie died just sitting outside in his car. That's so messed up. He don't even know that he died. Like, came outside and then it's like 3 lives gone because you got revenge. So it's just over. And the cycle never stops, man. It's your boy Chosen, man. This was a wild reaction. It's just sad. Like I said, the gang kill each other. There's so many inter conflicts with it. People doing life, people getting out and still going back to do life. I don't know. It's wild. Like I said, it's a shame that it's gang life all around. It's the same story, dead or in jail. And it's sad, man. It's your boy Chosen. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. Like, subscribe. Let me know what to react to next, man. If you guys like me doing this type of stuff, I'll do it again. Let me know. It's your boy Chosen, man. I'm out.